I'm Xantor, and welcome to my Jeopardy post-game show. This was quite a good show today, actually. If you're like me, you're feeling a bit hungover from the Amy streak that just ended a week ago. And it's a game like this that I think gets back into the rhythm of normal Jeopardy. And while it's fun to watch someone just absolutely kill game after game, I think there are games like this that are truly very exciting because you have three great contestants going up against each other. And we really did. So when I decide who I'm rooting for, I usually go based on style, just what they're wearing or the style that they give off, and so that's why I'm very happy that Scott won last game because of his mustache. I thought it looked very cool. But you had Ben this game with the muted fall tones. He looked like a professor. He looked very distinguished. And you had Emma. She had that floral going on, and I think it worked in her favor. I mean, look where it got her. And they're also just very, very good contestants. They're good at the game. Scott, after all, he's the guy who beat the guy who beat the guy who beat the guy who beat Amy. So that's something, man. He's a good player. Both Ben and Emma had a pretty good comeback this game. Both of them caught up to a lead in the Jeopardy round, and that was quite impressive. Ben, I think, going into Double Jeopardy, he could have had a pretty good game, but I think his story throughout this game kind of shows how much of Jeopardy is really up to luck, because you see him make a comeback in Single Jeopardy, you see him in Double Jeopardy, he's working his way up, and then he gets both daily doubles. The first one he misses, the second one he loses. Or the first one he loses, the second one he gets. But he bet the wad in the first one, so he has nothing to bet in the second one. If it would have went the other way around, it could have been a runaway game for him, for all we know. He still had 5-10 clues left on the board. It wouldn't have been as much of a runaway as it really was this game. Emma had kind of the opposite story, where she got a good daily double in the Jeopardy round, and that really bolstered her score, and she just coasted on that the entire game. Really great game all around. Ben had an interesting betting strategy as well. He did not leave any room for error. He was kind of just getting by, hoping. With this betting strategy, if you bet the wad in Final Jeopardy, you are just kind of relying on the other two contestants not to get the right answer. And you getting the right answer. Whereas if he would have bet more conservatively and got it without them winning, then he still would have had a higher score than them. And he would have been playing it safe. And there's so many other scenarios that could have happened. We could have had Emma bet an amount to get more to surpass Ben at his current standing, right? If Ben bets nothing, and then if he bet a conservative amount, gets it right, he could still beat her losing score, assuming she bets conservatively. I don't have the numbers in front of me, obviously, but it's something that contestants don't often consider, and it's one of the most important strategies to learn in the game is betting. you see it time and time again. I mean, the most important thing, obviously, in a game about trivia is getting the answers right. But things like these are just like something that takes an afternoon to brush up on. But the theory behind it really helps you out. It could cost you the game if you don't know it. Because you're not always going to be Matt Armodio. You're not always going to be Amy Schneider. There's going to be other people that you're competing against, and you have to play your luck. Let's see what else we got here. So next week is the college tournament. I'm looking forward to that. Seeing some new blood, and that's going to obviously file into the Tournament of Champions that speculating is going to happen in November. And man, this Tournament of Champions, it's going to be a good one. We have two like super record-breaking contestants going against each other. And how this plays out, I think, can be very fine-tuned depending on where they put Matt and Amy in the roster. If we have just both of them on opposite sides working their way towards each other of the roster, and just like annihilating everyone in their path all the way down to the middle, that's going to be fun to watch. But then again, if you have them heading off against each other on the same side, that would also be quite, a tour de force. And also, we don't know what's going to happen between now and November. We could have another super champion. I mean, how long was it between Matt and Amy? It was just a couple months. And we could have, what are the odds that we get, a 42 game streak going? I don't know. But we could have a really good player in the 15s, the 20s, and have a very exciting, game. The Tournament of Champions, regardless, is going to be very exciting this year. I'm excited to see already the professors from that go against some of our longtime champions from this season. Yeah, you just have no idea what's going to happen. Okay, let's see what else we got. All right, well, that's my post-game comments. If you have anything else that you'd like me to add, feel free to let me know, and I will see you next week.